All right, so welcome. Looks like we're back for another Slice of Pie Thursdays with teens. I'm Shelly Jeffcoat.
And I'm Isabella Jeffcoat.
She's my co-host and my daughter.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I can't believe we're back here, but we are excited. So first of all, I wanted to say happy Thursday. We're about to go into a long weekend for those of us here in the U.S. celebrating 4th of July. So I hope you guys have plans.
And Canada.
In Canada. Sorry, y'all. But I hope you have plans, and if you do, get a chance to spend some downtime with family, friends, or others. Today, what's our topic?
Our topic is bullying.
Our topic is bullying. This is gonna be a very interesting discussion. You know, obviously there's a lot of teens that have experienced bullying in some form or have been bystanders. So what we want to do today is to touch on bullying. And so Bella will go through all of that. We'll kind of talk through some of the questions. But we do want to take some time to also walk you through a site called stopbullying.gov. I think it's really important for us to give you the facts on how you can respond to bullying. Why are we talking about it now when we're not in school? Because bullying happens year round, my friend. It's not something that just kind of disappears because you're not in school. So I think this is going to be really good for teens as you're even thinking about going back to school. Not too far in the distant future.
For us, we got a month. We got to enjoy none of it.
Yeah. So how about we do our Hello Beautiful. So we do a shout out to someone who we know or a name that was submitted. And so this week I'm really pleased. If you watch the Tuesday, we call it Tipsy Tuesday. If you watch the Tuesday Lives with me this week, I was really, really honored to interview the CEO of a company called Aspire Coaching. Her name is Yan Dang, and I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name, but she shared with me that her goddaughter Emily had experienced bullying. So we wanted to do our Hello Beautiful to Emily. We hope that that things get better. They do get better, but we're dedicating this episode of Slice of Pie to Emily, and we're going to talk about bullying and how to survive it. And obviously, anybody who's here in the room, just drop us a line. Drop your comments in the chat, and that's it. So I'm going to turn over to you, Bella.
All right. Well, when I was younger, most people don't know this about me, but when I was younger, I experienced bullying. I remember when I don't know what grade I was in. I was young though. I was at aftercare, and this group of girls, they were making people take they had a weird group thing, and they were making people take tests to get in. And I was like, this is stupid. Why are you making people take tests to get in? That's not that's not a good thing. You learn this crazy cool group. What? That's not fair to anyone. So I had called their group stupid, and this one girl, she was older than me, and this one girl, she was yeah, my sister punches me a lot, and I can call her over to give you a black eye. And then she tried to call over her sister. Luckily her sister didn't hear her, so I didn't get punched. But I remember I was and this brings me into they were so insecure about the fact that no one wanted to be in their group.
Yeah.
That they were willing to give a random person a black eye for calling their group stupid. All I did, this girl was older than me, by the way. She was a year older than me. And she was willing to call her sister over to give me a black eye. And so insecure to the point where you were willing to hurt someone just to secure yourself in your own stupid little group.
Well, sometimes, a lot of times, we talk about people who are in pain. So hurt people hurt others.
Yeah.
And a
We'll
lot
use
of
that. It's not an excuse.
It's not an
for bullying
excuse.
in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Exactly. Not an excuse.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like, if you are getting bullied, know that it's probably not because of whatever that person is bullying you because of. It's not because your looks or, you know, the way you act, the way you dress, or anything like that. It's because that person is so hurt and insecure that they have to push and like project all that negative energy inside of them onto someone else because they can't take that inside of them. But it's not at all an excuse for someone to hurt you or to bully you or to do anything bad to you. It's not at all an excuse. It's just it might help you feel better about whatever they're bullying you about, because it's not you they're actually like trying to hurt.
Yeah.
They're hurting you because they are hurt, and because they have so much negativity inside of them, they have to push that onto someone else, or like
you have to do something with the emotions. You got to do something with it. And so a lot of, we're talking about teens, but there are adults that bully adults. You know, I think one of the worst things, outside of like the action, like hearing the words or the taunting or however the bullying takes form. For me, I think one of the worst things is that when you tell folks that you're being bullied, is that people don't believe you. They excuse the behavior. What do you think about that? Like, you know, if we tell kids all the time, you know, when you're see something, say something, or, you know, what do you think about that?
I think it depends, because first of all, if you're being bullied, you have to tell someone, because that person is never going to stop unless they get dealt with and, you know, they get punished accordingly.
Yeah.
So you have to tell someone that you trust. So you know, like, I trust you. Please, can you help me do something with this?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, a lot of adults, they always say, oh, see something, say something. But when someone finally says something, they're like, that didn't happen. What? Or it's a kid that you wouldn't expect. They're just like, that wouldn't happen. They're
so-and-so. They were just playing. Yeah.
Like, the outside doesn't always match the inside.
Ooh.
So you have to tell people that you trust and that you know will actually want and try to help you solve this issue, or like they're not gonna stop until they're finally mature enough to actually deal with their own issues and not bully someone else because they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. Do you find that bullies travel in packs, or is it usually just, is that like, as you're thinking about, again, you're in middle school, so what's the environment like? Is it just they're traveling in packs where they're like the cool kids and they get away with stuff because they're bullying? Because they need a hype spot.
Yeah, the funny thing about my school, at least for me, those cool kids, the ones that like bully people, they travel in packs, but to me they're not cool because they're just not. They're stupid. Like, there are only a few guys who or a few people who travel in those packs that I actually talk to, that I'm actually friends with, because those people I know for a fact are nice and they actually try to help people, because I've had my own personal experiences with them. And I see how they act around their friends, and they act the exact same. But if you're gonna because a lot of this happens a lot, where people act differently around certain groups of people.
Oh yeah.
I do this, but it's not like I'm gonna be like super, super kind around like teachers, and then like a little witch like behind their backs. I'm not gonna be that person. Like, I
know, W, y'all. She's not cussing. Yeah.
W. Yeah. But I'll show different parts of my personality to different people, and I'll only do that to show different parts. But that's because it's different people. There are certain things that I don't want to show people when I first meet them, or depending on what stage of friendship I'm in, they're not going to get to see the weird 4-year-old side that my best friends get to see.
So you're more guarded because as you're getting to
Yeah.
know people, you're more guarded because you also don't want to be exploited.
Like that makes sense. That's just how a lot of people work. But if you're gonna be like mean and a bully around your friends and then nice around others, then either you need to get new friends or you need to figure out why you decide to have split personalities and you want to and you want to be like mean to people on one day and then you're like the nicest person in the world on the next. Like, you need to figure out what's happening with that, because that could first of all, that could hurt your friends, because you could one day like snap on them and they're just like, bro, what why? But like,
so what advice do you have for kids, even younger kids? Like, what advice do you have, first of all, for if you're witnessing bullying happening to someone else?
Most definitely, even if you can't like gather the courage at that moment to like go and run up in front of the bully and like yell at them like Disney movie type person, like you don't, that would be great. Like if you could do that, that would be great. But if you get too scared, you have to tell someone. If that person, like, first, if you witness bullying, you have to make sure that person is okay once those people are gone. Mm-hmm. Make sure the victim is okay, and then you have to go tell someone you trust. You have to go tell an adult, because they will deal with them properly. And even if that kid is like, please don't, like, you have to tell someone, because that issue, it's never going to get solved unless someone like finds out that they're bullying someone and then deals with them.
Yeah, bullies don't want to be outed. They don't want anyone to know. That's part of the strategy of bullying, is that if I can make you feel lesser than me, but also you can't tell anyone because I don't want to get in trouble as a bully. So that is one of the ways that you take power away from a bully, is you report the behavior. And then if you are, go ahead.
Clearly, if they don't want anyone to know, they know they're doing something wrong. Yeah. Like if you're trying to keep it a secret and you don't want anyone to know, then you're doing something wrong, because you don't want to get in trouble, and you'd get in trouble if someone figured out that you were doing this. Yeah. So they know that there's something wrong. They know that they're doing something wrong. So it's not like this little innocent thing that's happening. They're actually like deciding to hurt this person for whatever reason. But like, they know they're not in the right.
Yeah, they know they're not in the right.
Why they try to
so like, I'm thinking about like, if I was bullied last year, and again, school doesn't start for another month, but there are probably a lot of kids, again, maybe catch the replay, they might be anxious about returning to school because they don't want to deal with those kids. Or you might be at a summer camp right now and you're dealing with bullying, and you don't want to go back next week. Like, what advice do you have for kids who are just trying to get their minds together just to go back into that situation? How do you manage that? The stress that comes with that.
I think one of the things that definitely helps me when people are like being mean, I'm taking up space in that person's mind. That person is thinking about me however many times a day, but that person is thinking of ways to try and bring me down. Meaning that I've done something to get under their skin to the point where they have to think about what they want to do to me next.
Wow.
If you don't think about that person, if you don't let that person take up any space in your mind, you're going to feel better, because I'm under someone else's skin. Mm-hmm. I've done something that they didn't like, so they're thinking about me. I'm not thinking about them. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
You have to know you're taking up space in someone else's mind. That honestly, that would make me feel great. Just like, you really think about me this much? Thank you so much. Like, they think about that person so insanely much that they're constantly thinking of new ways to hurt that person. And if you don't let them take up space in their mind, you're already one step above them. You're already a level above them because you're not letting them take up space in your mind. And if you don't let that happen, they're not gonna get to you. They're not gonna be able to penetrate that because you're not gonna think. You're not gonna spend 1 second thinking about a person that you don't like. That's stupid. Why would I let someone that I don't like take up space in my mind? Yeah.
I was just, the other thing I was thinking about is how you respond. It is just, hi there, Facebook user. We can't see your name, so we drop your name in the chat. Hi. So the other thing I was thinking about with bullies is, and again, I think this is so interesting because although this is Teen Thursday, there are adults that get bullied. I have gotten bullied in my job as an adult just last year. And it is, there's something about taking your power back. I think that's what you're saying. First of all, you understand that, there might be nothing that you've done that causes that person to dislike you. It might just be you smile too much, you smell too good, you're too pretty. Who knows? But the point is not to have them. The Facebook user is saying I was bullied too as an adult and as a kid. It is once you take that power back from that bully, also don't give it back. Right? Like you have to be confident that, this is who I am. And if you don't like me, I'm not going to allow you to make me feel bad or, control who my friend groups are or control how I respond because you are insecure. And that is the other side of bullying that, I think is so, it's kind of what makes it hurt. It hurts because sometimes it could be someone who you think is a friend and then you find out, those messages that they've been sending to you, the things they've been saying to you. It doesn't always happen where it's like, they're in the schoolyard and they're throwing stuff at you. It could just be emotional. It could be the words that they say, the way that they strip you down. So I wonder if, as we're talking about words, we always talk about the importance of words, right? And speaking things into being, the power of words. What are some of the things that you could tell yourself if you're being bullied so that you can come out of that cycle, that negative cycle?
Again, as I said, I'm taking up space in someone else's mind, which, to me, no matter who that person is, that would make me happy, because I'm just someone else is thinking about me. They could be wanting to kill me, but they're thinking about me. That's so, I'm taking up space in someone else's mind. I'm part of their, I'm in their brain, that makes me happy to know that someone else is thinking about me.
Well, that won't work for everybody because their kids are that won't work for me.
But you have to that person is gonna purposely try and knock you down. They're gonna make sure that you feel like absolute trash.
Yeah. And because of and also the thing to remember, it is, it's not, you can't control their response. Yes. You can control your response. I can control the way I respond. I just shine bright. I love that. Yeah, you can. Right? I love that. Yeah, you can't dim who you are. We talk about dimming your light. You can't dim who you are for anybody else. It just doesn't work. You're going to end up being miserable, and that bully's going to move on. You're going to be back there I look nothing like I'm not as happy as I was, because you give the power to someone else. And that's what it is with bullying, is they're just taking the power away from you. So I wanted to, do you have any other notes before we go to the Stop Bullying Gov site?
I wanted to say, if you've watched Nickelodeon in the past, I don't know, 10 years, maybe, you most definitely have seen a lot of anti-bullying ads, and the slogan is "Choose kindness."
Choose kindness.
So, I think if that person, they're trying to make you feel bad. If you don't show them that you're feeling bad, if you show them kindness, even when they're being mean to you, if you show them the exact opposite of how they're treating you, they're gonna get confused. Like they're gonna be so confused as to how this person that they're being mean to and trying to rip down is being so insanely kind to them. And I remember when I was in 5th grade, this kid, he called me ugly in the middle of the hallway when we were walking to like lunch or something. And I just said thank you and walked away. Like that's what I do when someone insults me. I just say thank you and walk away. Because first, like,
yeah, that's a good.
It's
response.
Confusing.
It is confusing.
Like,
yeah.
He was like just called me ugly and I said thank you. Like, it's a confusing thing when you're kind to someone or when you show the exact opposite, when you don't give up, when you're not giving off the exact same energy as that person who's trying to be mean to you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're kind, they're gonna get confused and they're eventually gonna realize that they're not getting to you, which is what they're trying to do in the first place.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna be like, well, I give up.
Yeah.
They're gonna give up because they don't know how else to reach you.
Yeah.
When you're not giving, you're just being kind and not like you're not being mean.
That's one good tactic. I was also thinking about ignoring, although sometimes this doesn't always work. But like if you're ignoring, like if someone is, saying all kinds of crazy stuff, whatever, you can ignore them. But sometimes bullying is done. Like the way I was bullied last year, it was a one-on-one conversation. And I felt it and I knew exactly what was happening. And I also felt myself backing down, but I didn't, like, it didn't hit me until after I got off that conversation that, wow, I just experienced it. And then when I tried to explain to someone else that this is what happened, it was excused, right? So just be mindful that if you're having these one-on-one conversations, look, you got your phone, you can record it at this point. You literally, you can tell a bully, look, this is not working for me, and walk away from the situation, especially for adults who are being bullied. You don't have to sit in that situation and take it. If it becomes physical and you're at school, you need to go ahead and report it. But especially nowadays when all of us have a phone, I'm recording it, I'm saving it, and I'm going to let you know I got you on. I got you on tape. Oh, and shut it down. It's not okay. Don't speak to me that way. That's not okay. Right? You got to shut it down. And we train others how to treat us. So if you allow someone to just talk to you any old way, the first time, then it's going to happen a second and a third. It's we train them how to treat us. So if you want to be respected, then don't allow people to just kind of talk to you like like they're crazy. We don't have time for that. So I'm going to try to share, because I do, y'all bear with me. I'm going to try to share. This is my first time sharing on StreamYard, okay? Or maybe my second. So I wanted to share this site. Let me just go here. This is in Bella, just confirm and let me know when you can see it.
I can see it.
All right. So we're going to drop the link. This is a site called stopbullying.gov. And I thought it would be really good to share this, because there's a lot of really good resources here on this site. It is a federal site. If you come here I went under kids, and as you can see here, there's videos, there's different facts, there's just different scenarios that you can work through with your kids before they go back to school, especially kids who have really suffered from bullying last year, and who might be a little bit nervous about going back. And you should be having these conversations with your kids before they go back to school. Or how are you feeling about going into the whatever grade, or if they've experienced bullying with a certain group before, how are you feeling about seeing so-and-so. So there's resources here that talk a lot about what cyberbullying is, which again, it's more than just being bullied on social media. So there's a lot of information in here about what kids can do if you're being bullied. There's actually information for teachers and administrators about what schools can do. There's information about federal laws, because again, now this is about your civil rights. So there's other preventive measures that you can take. I just encourage you guys, and they have social media channels that you can go on and follow and learn more about bullying. And then under resources, what teens can do, research, training, everything. There's a ton of information that's available. So we're going to drop the link in the chat. But I just want to make sure that you guys were aware that there is an incredible amount of help and resources available at stopbullying.gov. There's also something I thought, some of these things about the warning signs, bullying for kids who are LGBTQI plus youth. That's important, So, just make sure military connected youth, if you think about kids who are in the military or not in the military, but they're in military families and they're moving a lot, and they're, every time they go to a new station, they're having to kind of start over. And so, kids kids connected with the military are also getting bullied. So kids with disabilities and special needs and all of those things. It's just an amazing amount of information. So for parents, just make sure that you take a look at stopbullying.gov and see what's available. So I'm going to drop the link, as I said, because I just think
this is in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just such an amazing amount of information. It's also great, a lot of the information is geared towards our kids and teens, but there's a lot of good information for adults who are dealing with bullying as well. So I hope that helps somebody, even if you're not here on the live, but you catch the replay, that that you'll go and check out all the resources, because an area of focus for our organization, Slice of Pie and Learn Coach Model Group, is all around mental health, wellness, and suicide and all those things, right? Because they all, bullying does actually impact your mental state. So anything that we can share to kind of help encourage and support others, we're happy to do that. So that was my spiel. We're coming on 30 minutes. I feel like this week wasn't very it's a heavy topic, but there's a lot of information. I know we're going into the holidays and we don't want to think about things like this, but we need to, because as you're going off on your vacation, you might have the opportunity to talk to a family member or a teen or preteen who's being bullied right now, or just have those conversations. Just ask it, just ask them, ask the kids in your family, hey, have you ever been bullied, and see where that goes. And if you run into a situation where you need some help, go to that site, stopbullying.gov, and make sure that you're getting what you need. What else, Bella?
I think that's it for bullying. Yeah,
that's it for bullying. All right. I'm sorry. I just caught a little bit.
I did want to plug. This is literally like one website about the recent overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Oh Lord! Be careful what you say.
But I want to talk about this for just a second, because it's really important for this impacts everyone.
Yeah.
Like people could die because of this. Like this is not, it's not a funny thing. It's not a joking matter. This is civil rights. This is human rights being taken away. And people, we need to stand up, and we need to actually fight for our rights and fight against the people who think that we don't need them, because we do. People could get seriously hurt or die because they do not have the rights and the resources to get a safe abortion. People need this, and they just took our rights away. Yeah. It's stupid, and we deserve better.
Yeah. This is where I say this is, there's two sides to the coin, and I don't want to be political at all. I just want to button this by saying this is why it's important for you to vote. So you end up voting for folks who support the things that are important to you, pocketbook issues, social rights issues, all those things. So if you don't vote, then you can't complain, right? So it's important for you to make sure that you're registered and you're voting, because again, you can see how quickly rights can be kind of taken away. And you're right. There's a lot of lives that's going to be impacted. I don't think anybody should be celebrating right now because we just don't know what the impact is. All right. So on that note, my friend, we are going to say a thank you, and we bid you adieu. Again, please, like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever the things y'all are supposed to do on social media, y'all do it, please. So that if you like our videos, like the videos, because that will help us to help us to deliver more content for you, which obviously we love to do. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend or a family member who could use some help. If you are an organization and you're looking for just some more encouragement, let us know. We're here to help, offer coaching as well. And then I'll just remind you guys to go to stopbullying.gov for more help.
And feel free to connect to recommend Hello Beautiful / Hello Handsome.
Yes.
People. Feel free to ask for topics.
Yes.
That you want us to cover, because that would actually be amazing. So we know what y'all want to see.
Yeah. What do y'all want us to talk about? Yeah.
What do you want my 2 cents on? What you want me to talk about?
What do you want to hear? Yeah. What do you want to hear?
Just tell us what you want to hear. Tell us, ask us, tell us who you want the next Hello Beautiful / Hello Handsome to be. Like, follow, share, comment. Yeah. Tell your friends, y'all.
Thank you. All right. So we give our last shout out to Emily, wherever you are. Just let you know that we are thinking about you and we got you back. No more bullying. All right. With that, we're going to end this. I was trying to throw, but it didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out.
I got both of us. It's okay.
We'll say goodnight on this note.
Good night on this note.
Good night on this note.